Okay mga nurses, welcome pa rin sa ating video series about DOH programs and community health nursing drills. This is the first of DOH programs that we're going to discuss today, which is your maternal health programs. For the maternal health programs, the overall goal is to improve the survival and health and well-being of mothers and unborn through a package of healthcare services. This is actually based on two Millennium Developmental Goals, your Millennium Developmental Goal number 4 and 5, which is the improve maternal health and reduce child mortality. Pag sinabi nating maternal health program, guys, these are the strategic tasks that we need to follow. Number one, this includes the launching of your basic emergency obstetric care. Basically, ito yung ginagamit natin sa mga primary healthcare facility wherein pwede na po silang mag-manage ng mga buntis na mga anak without complications. So, kapag nagkaroon po ng possibility of cesarean section, blood transfusion, saka lang po sila i-move forward sa CEMOC facility, which is your Comprehensive Emergency Obstetric Care Facility. Commonly po yan mag-start sa secondary healthcare facilities. Okay. Another strategic task is to provide emergency obstetric care for every 125 population in the community. In terms of the ratio, guys, ang ratio pala sa Pilipinas is 1 is to 50,000 dentists, 1 is to 20,000 physician, 1 is to 10,000 nurses, and 1 is to 5,000 midwives. Yan po ang ratio sa Pilipinas in terms of the healthcare services. Improve quality of prenatal and postnatal care in the Philippines. At ito po, masasyak kayo, update po, at least 8 prenatal visits. You heard it right, hindi na po 4. It has to be 8 prenatal visits. We will discuss the details later on. And at the same time, all pregnancy are at risk. Before po kasi, ang at risk lang is yung below 18 and above 35 years old, G1, and your G5 mothers. Pero ngayon po, lahat ng magbubuntis, regardless po, will be considered at risk pregnancy. So lahat po yan ay dapat manganak sa hospital. Bawal na po ang home delivery. Okay. Now, for the essential health packages available in healthcare facility as part of the maternal health programs, okay, number 1 is yung tinatawag nating prenatal and antenatal care. Tulad po ng sabi ko kanina, the old concept under the World Health Organization FANCI model, 4 lang po ang minimum prenatal visits, which is during the first trimester, second trimester, third trimester on the first or the 7th month, and every 2 weeks na po on the 8th month. Okay? Pero noong 2016 po, the World Health Organization updated the ANC model, okay, wherein the minimum visit should be done at least 8 times, okay, before pregnancy delivery. So, contact 1 nga po is at the 12 weeks, followed by 28th, 26th, 38, okay, 34, 36, 38, and 48. On the 41st week po, pag hindi pa nanganak ang pasyente, kailangan na po siyang cesarean section. Yun po ang ibig sabihin nun. So, those are the schedule. Again po, update po tayo. Okay, prenatal visit is minimum of 8 times. Hindi na po 4 times. 8 times na po siya, hindi na po 4 times. So, that is the first program, prenatal packages. So, next, in the prenatal packages, kailangan natin pong bigyan ng tetanus immunization. Update din po, pag tetanus immunization, hindi na lang po tetanus immunization. Ang ginagawa natin ngayon is tetanus diphtheria immunization. For the tetanus diphtheria immunization, meron tayong TD1 to TD5. Ganun pa rin po ang naman ang konsepto. TD1 should be given as soon as the pregnancy is known. 4 weeks after ang TD2, 6 months after ang TD3, 1 year after ang TD4, and 1 year after ang TD5. For the protection, that's 0, 80%, 95, 99, 99. Years of protection is 0, 3, 5, 10, lifetime. Kung hindi nyo po makita sa choices si lifetime for TD5, hanapin nyo po si 20 years. Again po, update po ito. Tetanus immunization is already tetanus diphtheria immunization, but overall concept is the same. Years of protection, 0, 3, 5, 10, lifetime. Sana po may liwanag tayo dyan. Still part po siya ng maternal program packages. The other one is your micronutrient supplementation. Napakalaki ng possibility na lumabas po mga ito mga kapatid. Kaya huwag niyong kakalimutan. Vitamin A is given to pregnant women with a dose of 10,000 international unit. Binibigay po siya on the second trimester, specifically on the 4th month, kasi may teratogenic effect po ang vitamin A. Binibigay siya to prevent xerophthalmia, which is caused by vitamin A deficiency. Of course, alam na natin, iron or your ferrous sulfate, magbibigay din tayo 60 mg per 400. I'm sorry, it's 400 UG, not 40. It's 400 UG, and it should be given as soon as the pregnancy is known o sa unang araw ng pagpapacheck up ng pasyente or ng mother sa health center. Kung nagpa-check up ang mother on the second trimester, kailangan po tayo mag-double dose at babalik tayo sa single dose after ng pregnancy. Another update, magbibigay na rin po tayo ng calcium but not more than 1,200 mg per day given on the second trimester of the pregnancy, specifically on the 4th month. Advise the mother to increase fluid intake kasi nga pwedeng mag-form ng calcite or kidney stone. Bebendazole is also given. This is for deworming purposes. Minsan lang po ibibigay yan during the duration of pregnancy. Commonly na binibigay on the 4th to 9th month of pregnancy. Anytime during those time span. Nakalimutan kong sabihin kanina, iron or ferrous sulfate is to prevent iron deficiency anemia to mother and also to prevent your neural tube defect na pwedeng ma-develop sa growing fetus. Kaya dapat magbigay vitamin sila nito. It has to be taken with vitamin C or fruit juices and should not be taken with milk. Tandaan po natin, naiitim po ang tae ng nanay or nagtitake ng iron and ferrous sulfate supplementation. That's why we need to inform them para hindi po sila ma-shock. So those are the packages under your maternal health programs. Okay? Another one naman po is your family planning program. Kasama pa rin sa maternal packages po ito for the family planning program to provide universal access to family planning services and information. This is actually based on Republic Act 10354 or also known as the Responsible Parenthood Act and Reproductive Health Act of 2012. Dati po, Reproductive Health Bill pa lang ito during my board exam. Pero ngayon po, Reproductive Health Act na po siya, which is 10354. Basically, may 4 pillars po ito. What are the 4 pillars? We have your responsible parenthood. Kasi ang responsibility daw po is dapat may proper spacing ng panganak. Between 3 to 5 years old dapat po ang spacing ng ating mga anak. Okay? Next is we have your respect for life. Hindi naman po tayo mag-promote ng abortion while using your reproductive health. Okay? Or your contraceptives. Birth spacing. Proper birth spacing nga po is 3 to 5 years as much as possible. And informed choice. Okay, both the mother and the father should be present during the counseling for family planning. Another one is what are the types of your family planning? We have your artificial and natural. For the artificial, let's start first with your hormonal. Meron tayong pills, injectable, and subdermal. For your pills, we have your POP and COC. Tinitake po siya every day. POP is progesterone-only pills. Ginagamit po siya ng mga mother na nagpapasuso or breastfeeding. Yung hindi naman ginagamit ng hindi nagpapasuso is your combined oral contraceptives kasi titigil po yung paglabas ng gatas ng nanay. Injectables naman po, meron tayong POI, that is your progesterone-only injectables, and CIC naman po is your combined injectable contraceptives. Parehas po sila ng konsepto ng pills. Ang injectables nga lang po is ini-inject siya every 3 months. Subdermal implant naman po is 2 to 3 months, 2 to 3 years po yan. Above 75 po, 2 years lang po ang ating lifespan for the subdermal implant. Kapag less than 75 kilograms naman po ang timbang, 3 taon. So basically, ini-inject po yan dito sa upper forearm area. Nag-anesthesia po yan, then they make a small incision, then parang stapler po yun, then may parang palito or stick na ipapasok intradermally. Okay? So para siyang minor surgery po. The other one is the general concepts of hormonal methods. All hormonal methods can cause nausea and irritability, menstruation becomes irregular, weight gain kasi nga tataas ang kanilang appetite, possible din ng headache and breast pain. All side effects are normal and should not be a cause of alarm. Sometimes will remove or be resolved after 1 year of using the method. Okay, kailangan alam ng mga mister ito kasi nga madalas pagmulan ng away kapag ang babae ay irritable. Another one, condom. Condom is the only family planning method that can actually prevent the transmission of sexually transmitted infection. So it is worn when the penis is erected before inserting to the vagina. And kailangan po bago labasan ng lalaki, kailangan din pong alisin niya yon kanyang penis doon sa vagina. Okay? Or withdraw before actual ejaculation. Put it when the penis is erected by pinching the tip, which is yung paglalagyan po ng sperm later on. It helps prevent STD or sexually transmitted diseases. Other method is your intrauterine device. Ang intrauterine device naman is in-insert siya sa uterus ng babae kung saan piniprevent ng device na ito na ma-fertilize ang egg. Also prevents pregnancy by thickening the cervical mucus. Good for 12 years naman po ito. 10 to 12 years. Lalakas po ang regla ng pasyente ng detect na ay naggagamit ng intrauterine device. Another one is bilateral tubal ligation. Pinuputol po ang fallopian tube ng babae. Pag putol na yun, hindi makakadaan ang ovary papunta sa uterus for implantation and meeting with the sperm. Concepts: will experience postoperative pain for 1 to 2 days. May experience awkwardness for the first 2 days. Women would still menstruate. Kailangan alam po nila yan. Okay? Lireglahin din po sila. For the male naman, meron tayong non-scalpel vasectomy, which is the cutting of vas deferens through the operation. Ito po yung daanan ng itlog or ng sperm na galing sa testis papunta po during ejaculation. Okay? Kailangan alam ng lalaki na walang problem sa coitus, hindi mababago ang kanilang coitus experience or sexual experience with their partner. Okay? For the first 3 months, kailangan gumamit ng condom or umiwas muna may pagtalik ang lalaki. Okay? Kasi nga meron pang natirang mga sperm doon sa tube or sa urethra. Then, pwede magkaroon ng mild discomfort felt by the patient for the first 2 days. So, as much as possible, iwasan mo na makipagtalik. Another one is the natural family planning method. 4 po ito. Meron tayong Billings ovulation method, also known as your cervical mucus method. From the word itself, i-check natin yung mucus, okay, ng babae kung kumakapal ba siya o hindi. Pag slippery siya, okay, slippery, stretchy, and watery, ibig sabihin yung babae ay fertile. Kadalasan nararamdaman nila ito na parang basa sila. Okay, you should avoid sexual intercourse kasi malaki ang chance na mabuntis yung babae. Okay, that's your Billings or ovulation method. The other method is your basal body temperature. Basically, i-monitor mo every morning yung inyong temperature before arising from the bed. Ibig sabihin, nasa kama ka pa lang. So, make sure na yung thermometer malapit lang sa'yo at naabot mo. A slight increase at least 2 degrees Celsius doon sa inyong temperature would indicate na ovulating ang babae. Ibig sabihin, iwasang makipagtalik. The combination of the first 2 family planning program, natural, is known as your symptothermal method. So, i-combine lang natin ang cervical mucus at ang basal body temperature. Meron na tayong symptothermal method. And the next one, okay? So, couples should avoid intercourse during the wet days. And the next one is standard days method. Ito naman po yung gumagamit tayo ng beads, yung parang kwintas. So, meron yung color po ng ovulation days and color ng safe days. Okay? So, beads represent the different days of the menstrual cycle based on the following aspects: the signs and symptoms of the menstrual cycle, life expectancy of sperm. Kailangan alam din po natin yan. Huwag tayo makikipagtalik sa last day ng safe days kasi pwedeng mabuhay yung sperm for the next 3 days. So, mindset and feeling of male and female. And the last one, lactational aminire method. May 3 criteria po ito. Dapat ang bata is less exclusive breastfeeding. Every 2 hours po dapat. Okay? Dapat kapag tulog ang bata na madaling araw, gisingin siya para panidihin. Another one, kailangan di pa nireregla ang babae at yung bata is less than 6 months old. So that is the lactated aminuria method. The roles of public health nurse during family planning is to provide counseling, provide packages of health services among reproductive age group, which is 15 to 49 years old, or the women of reproductive age, and ensure the availability of family planning supplies and logistics. Misconception sa family planning method: hindi po nakakabaog, okay, hindi po nakakaiwas, hindi po family planning method ang withdrawal. So, kailangan kapag ikaw ay naka-condom, ilalabas mo pa rin. Okay? We will continue with the next videos with the other programs on your DOH.